I would like to invite once again for today's panel session, Mr. Udesh Chaska, our moderator. Next, I may invite our first panelist, Dr. Kiwi Lim, Head of Research and Development Centers, Top Glove International. A little bit of background, Dr. Kiwi Lim Wen began her research career in glove industry in 2011 as a chemist. In the 11 years since, she has contributed her profession in leadership, corporate management, polymer science, chemical dispersion, product development, sustainable technology, and chemical plant management. She is also holding key positions in Top Glove, including Head of Research Development Centers and Head of 3 chemical plants, leading more than 400 researchers with expertise from different fields. Her research experience covered different range of products such as new range of synthetic surgical and exam glove, biodegradable CPE glove, charcoal neutral exam glove, low protein PF latex glove, and diversifying into non-glove products. May I now invite Mr. David Lim, the head of R&D Sena Traffic, and a little bit background about Mr. David. He has vast experience in R&R industry from 1994 to 2014. He was head of R&D automotive security system, and from 2014 to 2016, he is the head of R&D in cargo scanning device for Custom Malaysia. Since 2016 to present, Mr. David is the head of R&D Smart Traffic Light System and Smart Street Light System. He likes to spend outdoor activities and a motorcycle enthusiast. His current employment is Sena Traffic System Sdn Bhd as Technical Director Hardware Development. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Lim Soon Kiat, UAV Engineering Lead Aonic Holdings. Mr. Lim Soon Kiat graduated as a Bachelor's of Engineering Honours, Electronics Engineer in University Tunku Abdul Rahman. He has more than 10 years of working experience in building automation and automotive industries. He is currently the UAV Engineering Lead at Ionic. Mr. Lim Soon Kiat is an electronic lover and passionate towards the field of control and automation system. His main interest is to design, develop, and automate all electronic-related products surrounding our life. Things wish to achieve, to lead and build the R&D team to be even more successful, then make the drone fully autonomous. Over to you, Mr. Udesh, to start with the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for our Master of Ceremony this afternoon. Oh, finally, I hear people clapping. Okay, great. So once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our next panel session happening right here at the Selangor R&D and Innovation Conference 2022. Okay, and for the next panelists happening right here, in fact, we have another round of very interesting panel session. And of course, we have a very hot company, which was very hot during COVID, in fact, which was Top Glove. And of course, not only hot topics, hot companies, but also very hot, young, handsome, pretty beautiful gentleman and lady in front here today. We are going to be discussing a very important issue that is actually looking at business transformation through innovation and intellectual property, Industry 4.0 case studies. This is all what we have been asking. Of course, the word IR 4.0 has been a very hot issue, I would say, over the last few years, in fact. But over here, we have case studies. What these big, gigantic companies did well, did right for them to be here today, to be world leaders. Okay? So, before that, you have heard the introduction by our MC to all our beautiful speakers and our panelists, in fact, here today. But before we start, we are going to start the panel session, of course, with an introduction of what they are going to be introducing as well. And with this, I would like to pass the floor to actually Dr. Kiwi. Yeah, Dr. Kiwi, that is the Head of Research and Development Centers, Top Glove International. Dr. Kiwi, the dice is yours. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So good afternoon to everyone. So today I would like to share about simple briefing about Top Glove. So Top Glove Corporation was established in 1991 in Malaysia. So in current, we have total 50 factories and 43 factories in Malaysia and 5 in Thailand, 1 in China and 1 in Vietnam. So we export our glove products to all over 2,000 customers in 195 countries. So I think about Top Glove, normally all of you are more understand about Top Glove already. So talk about our R&D center. So our first R&D center actually established in July 2013. So up to today, we have about 11 R&D center over 3 countries, which is Malaysia, Thailand, and also China. So we told our R&D research focus area mainly focus in factory supporting issue, and then some of the automation study and also a research management team that focus on some of the advanced material developments. And also we also have the testing laboratories to support all the quality issue. And then we also have new glove and non-glove product development team, and we also in charge of some of the business diversification under the business units. So how we manage all these research focus area, actually we have a big pool of talents. So out of these talents, actually we are concerned about their qualifications such as a PhD, master and degree. So we expect our talents actually can lead our focus area to a higher level of improvement to sustain our company business. Okay, so let's see our Top Glove IR 4.0 technology adoption journey. So as Top Glove aggressively implement Industry 4.0 in our company, our R&D actually play a part in motion by benefiting from the cloud platform. So through the cloud platform, actually we can centralize all our information or data or big data of research, and also can upload some of the idea or customer requests from our cloud platform, and from there we can easily access and also retrieve our data in a quicker way, so that we can reduce our product in terms of time to market. We can launch our product to the market in a shortened time. So this is how our product development, product life cycle management. Basically, it will consist of 2 main categories, such as product development and also product monitoring. So after we develop and launch the product, we will keep monitor our product, how it's go in the market, whether we suitable to expand further and or we replace for existing product if applicable. So this is how the IP strategy we concern on, especially we apply on our process enhancement and also our product development. So every year we have developed, I think, about 6 to 8 new products, and we launch commercially. And then we also file the patent for our product when there is innovative, novelty, and also inventive. So the purpose that we file patent, one of the benefit is we want to protect ourselves first. So we want to protect ourselves not to infringe any product that market in the industry, so that our customer is safe to sell our product to their end user. So secondly is we want to penetrate into some of the emerging market at the first to launch our product when there is innovative products. So how this IP execution in our process actually is follow the normal trend that as what our patent agent like Pintas or CAS to guide us. When we have a product, new idea or technology scouting process, we go through the IP search, FTO search, and then we go through a filing, and then we also keep monitoring on our patent filing process until the granting. So maybe I can share about some of our breakthrough technology that we come out throughout the industry process, Industry 4.0 process. And then one of the new breakthrough is the surgical glove. We call it as Finisys. So according to the global statistic, we found out from the global statistic, there are 12.6 million of medical doctors worldwide as of January 2022. So out of all these medical doctors, there are about 320 12 millions of surgical procedures will be conducted all over the year. So 15% of the procedure actually will cause the percutaneous injury. So what is percutaneous injury? So it's actually a needle stick injury that causes the glove puncture. So it will cause the infection to the healthcare workers and also the patient. So we focus on this part because one of the survey from the NHS from the UK, they also found that actually percutaneous injury is the second highest cases that cause the infection. So, however, all the ordinary surgical glove in the market is not able to eliminate all the risks facing by the surgeon and patient. So we come out this surgical glove that able to minimize the risk to the healthcare workers. And with recent pandemic situation, I think we also created a stronger awareness to the all the healthcare workers and also even our common users. We also feel that common glove maybe cannot fully protect everyone from the infection, especially from those viruses. So the only things that we can protect everyone is we provide a glove that comprehensive solution for everyone to wear, give a comprehensive protection. So look at this picture that we can see when HIV AIDS was first reported, global population was 4.4 billion. So until a recent United Nations reported that actually in 2,100 years later on, it will go up to 11.2 billion of people. So when there is a crowd density is shoot up to a higher level, when you have any pathogens or viruses or any diseases outbreak happen, then it will become a disaster all over the world. So here is how is our innovation of glove being developed. So we come up with a new material, we call it a Flexilon. So, and this material actually is formulated by Thamlev itself, and then it's only owned by Thamlev all over the world. So it's accelerator free and also is being developed through the molecular layer technology. So through the material itself, we actually can come out a response trigger disinfection system, and this technology actually is can be said is 10 years advanced in the surgical glove from color surgical glove in the market, because it can release the disinfectant liquid when the glove was punctured. So here is some of the result. We can see that our Finisys Aegis glove, in one layer of glove, actually it can give 2 times of safer of protection compared with a double glowing. So we can see the HIV virus, when we pass through the glove itself, when there is any puncture, actually we can kill off all the HIV virus almost 100%. So our second breakthrough will be our biodegradable glove in alignment with our sustainability goal. So we have produced a lot of synthetic glove, come from nitrile or CPE and also TPE glove, all this. So we are able to modify our formulation to come out those biodegradable properties to our gloves, so that to sustain the environment, to prevent any pollution to the environment. So this one will be our latest technology, where we are able to recycle or upcycle our waste that produce our glove or rejected glove in a more green process compared with those landfill or incineration that actually can create more greenhouse gases that cause the global warming effect. So overall, our R&D, actually our direction is focused more to our end user experience. So our aim is ultimately delivering a maximum value to our customer. So lastly, I think I end my speech maybe a quote from Elon Musk. So failure is an option here. So if the things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. Okay, thank you. So I pass to you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Kivi. Wow. Looks like, first and foremost, looks like everyone loves Elon Musk. Yeah? Everyone wants to just follow Elon Musk. But looking to what you presented, I think so one take-home message that I really got is that since where you guys started, of course, everyone knows Top Glove. But what made you different is that you went into the details, that what was the issue in the market. From that survey, you worked on it. Okay, we have already some questions, but I will get back to you. Once again, to all, even the crowd which is in front of us, okay, you guys are viewing live. We also have audiences who is streaming us live actually from Facebook and also our portals online, okay? So we'll be taking questions at the end of the session. Just stay put with us. And with that, I would like to actually carry on with our next panelist this afternoon, our next panelist. Okay? But before we go on to the next panelist, I know everyone is just wondering why we have the same surname, the Lim family all on stage, no? Mr. David said, yeah, we were all related 300 years ago. Because everyone has a Lim behind the name. I said, yeah, maybe sooner or later I will go and get a Lim added behind my name after the session today. So without further ado, I would like to call upon with our next speaker, okay? That will be presenting, of course, another very interesting topic. Just now you heard one of the biggest giants in Malaysia, Top Glove. Okay, since we started the pandemic, everybody knew who was one of the biggest market cap shape makers in gloves. And next, we have, of course, none other coming off than Mr. David. You're going to go next?
Okay, sure.
Mr. David, that is the Technical Director, Hardware and Development of Sena Traffic. Okay, so once again, let's put our hands and let's welcome Mr. David. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Udas, for the introductions. Salam sejahtera, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished guests, Dato' Datin, Doctor and Professor. All right. I'm David Lim. I'm from SDS, Sena Traffic, Sarang System. From the company name, you know what we are dealing with, all right? Traffic system. Okay, I'm the Technical Director. I used to run the hardware and software division as one department. Since last year, the growth of software becomes so complicated, it's beyond my ability. We hire another director to run it. But for me, I think it's okay. Sarah said the same, less headache. No problem. So it is my honor today to be here and talking to you all. And I would like to take this opportunity to introduce two of our company products. The traffic light system and then the street light system. Okay, both of these systems is also part of Kuala Lumpur Smart City Development Project. Two of the very important systems for this smart city. Right. Well, a bit of background, a bit of history about Sena. Sena started in 1984 as an MME company, a contractor for maintenance street light and traffic light, changing light bulb, putting up new pole, putting up a new traffic controlling system. In the year of 2000, our founder, Tan Sri Dato Dr. Tan Boon Hock, see the potential of traffic light system. All right. So he then set up a R&D center, gather a group of engineers, software, hardware, mathematicians, go into R&D in traffic light system. It took Sena 3 years. In 2003, with the support of local authority, Sena rolled out the first traffic controller deployed to one of the junctions in Kuala Lumpur for testing. Today, we have 350 junctions in Kuala Lumpur operating on Sena system and a few hundred elsewhere, all over in Malaysia. So again, in 2016, another opportunity come. At that time, Sena is fighting for a maintenance contract of the street light. So the founder ordered the R&D to come up with a monitoring system, because we have 40,000 street lights in Kuala Lumpur. How do you monitor manually by human being? It's almost impossible. All right, so it also takes the R&D 3 years to complete the R&D and come up with a solution. So again, with the help of and trust and support of the local authority, so now roll out the first batch of monitoring system with monitoring and maintenance software deployed to Kuala Lumpur. And today, we are proudly to say that we have about 40,000 street lights under this Sena maintenance and monitoring system. Well, one thing great about this thing is all these things are designed by Malaysian, all right, and produced by Malaysian also. So we are proud of ourselves. Thank you. So Sena philosophy is to support local products and use local talents. I remember when I first joined the company, the founder came and told me, he said, David, please do not import everything. Try to do everything locally. We need to support the local industry. We need to support the local talent to control the traffic light. when to turn on the traffic light, how long to turn on the green time. All this is by collecting data from sensor and mathematics calculation. This area, normally traffic engineer are the ones who are deeply and heavily involved in the research. And in our education sectors, we are very weak in this traffic engineering. All the time, it's depending on overseas technology, okay, overseas help. But Sena, we took the challenge, we do it ourselves. Of course, with a lot of help from the authority, understanding, support. Is Mosti representative still here? No more, huh? Okay, I'm safe, but I'm not going to talk back about them. But really, we also have some help from Mosti. It's very important that the locals, people support the local industry. Okay, most of the controllers are still using normal loop detector. Okay, the conventional type. It's an old school, it's still considered as a good school, all right? This loop detector installed at the stoplight, so when your car passes by, we can detect and count the number of cars, all right? But, okay, one thing to say, you have to be very careful when the junction is operating on a detections, activations function, okay? Meaning that if at night no car is there, the controller is not going to give you a green. We call it skip phase. So it's logical, if no car is there, why give you green? If no car is there. So you need to stop your car on top of the detector so that the controller knows there's a car there. If you stop before the detector, the controller is not going to know. You can be there whole night and screaming at the controller. But it's more complicated than that nowadays, the formula. Okay, today new generation of controller are going into the fourth industry revolution category design. Okay, we are not only using this loop detector data, we are using CCTV data, like CCTV analytic traffic data like speed, volume, queue length. This was never been taught before 10 years ago when we are in the business. We never know that we can actually use this kind of data to calculate and to optimize the control. We never thought about that. So you see, there is a sudden jump in technology. Sudden jump in technology when the IoT come in. System talk to system, machine talk to machine. So this is all about Industry 4.0, about no more human talk to machine. Today, controller is no longer just depending on its own set of data to calculate the traffic's timing. We can integrate with AI CCTV platform to get information from this platform to manage the traffic light. For example, that we can actually get the information like route repair, accident. Therefore, the controller will not divert the traffic to other direction, not to that problem direction. So there is no more human intervention. Back in the old day, you had to depend on operator in this DBKL control center to manage this. But how many operators do you need to look at the TV screen all the time to do all these things? 10 years ago or 5 years ago, we can't even talk about all these things. Before the camera analytic, the deep learning, the AI come in. Now the camera can detect and tell you this is an accident. They're so clever, they can tell you. So traffic system technology is also moving into the Industry 4.0. Unconsciously, we didn't know until today when Mr. Locke invited me and I talked about Industry 4.0. I talked to our engineer. I said, look, actually we're moving into this direction already without consciousness, all right? So today, system is about machine talking to machine. It's no more human talking to machine or machine talking to humans. It's no more. It's machine talking to machine. That's why Elon Musk was saying that this Robot is dangerous. Yes, very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Okay, let's go to the next slide and let's see. Every day, everybody keep talking about Elon Musk. I don't know. Hopefully, one day you guys can talk about David Lim. Exactly. So now, all right. So moving into our next slide and our next products, which is the street light monitoring system. Again, back in the old day, to detect faulty street light, we need to send scouting team, technician on motorbike, go around KL, look for street light during night time. I think back about 4 years back, if you happen to see a motorbike, motorbikeist, okay, a cyclist. At one time, they're using cycle. A cyclist riding on the road, then looking at the sky. Actually, he's not rumpit. Okay, he's not troublemaker. He's a very responsible technician looking for faulty street light and report to the maintenance office for this recovery. That is very troublesome and inaccurate information. Okay, so many of the time that when they go and ronda this road at 7 o'clock, the road, all the lights still okay, and suddenly 7:30, boom, the light all gone, and you already passed the scouting of that jalan of the road. Then the next thing is to wait for angry public complaint. Okay, the mama store owner will call you. Look, I got a problem. No business now because your street light all not lighting up in front of my road. You come and repair now, or tomorrow I talk to the newspaper. I talk to News Switch time. When we go there, it's only one light is out. Okay. And sometimes it's very inaccurate. They say this jalan, and if the operator not careful, misunderstanding, then the repairing team may go to another different junction to look for the problem, and time is wasted. Okay, time is money and time is wasted. So to handle all this problem, the only way is to do it electronically. So every lamp in KL, you look at every lamp now, on top there is a black cup upside down. Okay, the one actually is an electronic device we put on top there to detect the functionality of the light. The faulty light will be automatically reported to the system, and the system will automatically alert the maintenance team for recovery. It's very accurate because we have the GPS position of that lamp pole. So the technician can, based on that GPS location, pinpoint the light, exactly where it is. All faulty reports are then saved in the database for future analytics and also for this progress tracking. We want to know what time the technician go there to repair. Did he recover or did he not recover? What kind of problem? Before, it's all manually write down, manually report. So every night in KL have 40,000 street lights. How many is 1%? It's many hundred. We don't expect our technician or our engineer to immediately fill out a report the next day. It's quite impossible. So if you have all this in a database, then we can actually run an analytic engine and come up with a report and show it to our customer, DBKL. Last night, how many lights is off? And what happened to it today? Is it been recovered? It's accurately. Tak boleh tipu. Okay? Based on this, we claim our service charge. Tak boleh tipu based on this. And normally they use this to attack us. Look, your system say that actually you are out of your limit. You're supposed to have only 200 light go up, but yesterday is 220, so you get a penalty. So that's good and bad. So 40,000 of street light monitoring by one system. Up to today, I think Kuala Lumpur still the biggest network for this 40,000 street light monitored by one system. I think in Asia, we're still the largest. China, they have a lot. They have more than 40,000, but scattered around. 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 8,000, 10,000, but KL, 40,000 at for one system. When we are developing this, a lot of people laugh at us. You don't have the experience, it's impossible. You can do it. With one system, 40,000 streetlights. Say impossible, but we did it, okay? And this is fully designed 100% by Malaysian. All my engineers are Malaysian and also produced by Malaysian and also installed by Malaysian, okay? So let's move on. I think my 10 minutes about running out, right? Run already, sorry about this. Let's be quick, okay. So let's talk about a little bit of R&D today. R&D today is no longer just design something that you want. You design must also consider information from other systems that you can use to optimize your product performance. It's no longer you're working on your own only. You must also need to follow some standardization communication protocol so that your data can also benefit to others. So this is Industry 4.0 all about. It's machine talking to machine. So in our industry, the traffic light industry, proprietary system is going soon. It's very difficult to survive in the market. Because today, design and system are all about information sharing to optimize efficiency. This is today. Okay, let's be very quick now. How to protect your intellectual property. You spend many hours thinking about a solution, sleepless nights, thinking about a solution to your problem. You spend a lot of time testing and research. You spend also a lot of money to support your R&D. And you deliver your idea, your products to your customer. You're very happy, your boss very happy, your marketing very happy. But sometime later, your marketing team come back and show you a catalog and tell you, look, David, this is from our competitor. They claim it's better than you and cheaper than you. Why cheaper? Because they do not have R&D costs. Okay, so anyway, time's up.
Okay.
Okay, just last and not least, okay. So this, how to protect your intellectual property is very simple. You just talk to people like Pintas, Mr. Lock, they will help you. I think that's all from me. If you feel that my speech is boring, sorry about this. It's too late to complain, I already finished. And that's all from me. Thank you and take care.
Thank you so much. Once again, a round of applause for Mr. David. Okay, actually, most interesting, you know what or not? Because my machine was telling me, time's up. I'm like, my machine cannot talk to your machine, but my machine talking to me. But good one. But I think so now we know. I got one question for you.
Sure.
Burning question before we go to the question and answer.
Okay.
If I got police, summon traffic, I can come to you.
You can try.
We can try. Okay, we know the day after this who to search. If anyone ran the red light, right, we know who to search after this. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you,
once
sir.
again, ladies and gentlemen, can I have a round of applause for our second speaker, our panelist this afternoon. And of course, as you know, this session over here, in fact, we are really stressing on not only Buatan Malaysia or Malaysian made, what has been created in Malaysia by Malaysian innovators, but most importantly is what these companies did right over the years that made them be outstanding today. That is most important. So that's why we are even telling them to showcase their case studies and what they did right is because we want you to understand and try to ask what is it that you can actually take home from them. Of course, we are not telling them today you have to be like Top Glove, having 11 R&D centers. How much do you spend? Perhaps I'm sure it's in 7 figures, nothing lesser. Maybe 8 figures, I don't know. 7 figures, do you reach 7 figures? No. Oh, 1 figure? Maybe, definitely is more than any other company. But what we can perhaps take home is how they started back then. Because that's one question coming in from our live audience itself. You know, I will come back to you. But without that, let's now hear from our third and finally speaker. There is none other than, in fact, Mr. Lim Soon Kiat, UAV engineering lead, also known as Pelidrone back then, but right now known as Aonic. Okay, let's put our hands and welcome Mr. Lim Soon Kiat. The dice is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Udesh, for the introduction. Okay. Good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you to the event organizer. My name is Sun Ket. I am the UAV engineering lead from Aonic. I am glad to be given this opportunity to represent my company to be here today. Today's topic is business transformation through innovation and intellectual property, using AI and big data as a case study. This is our company vision, accelerate the future today. And the mission is building a future-proof ecosystem of solutions that propel the traditional industrial forward. And this is our company journey. 2016, this is where Aonic, formerly known as Poladron, was found. After a year, 2017, we become an authorized Tier 1 DJI enterprise distributor for your industrial reading band. 2018, we found Drone Academic Asian as a training center to help us to accelerate the industrial drone adoption. At the same year, we managed to launch our first agriculture drone called Polar V15. 2019, we launched our first advanced industrial mapping software for area analysis and industrial digitalization called EraMap. Along with 2020 to 2021, we managed to launch largest seed round funding in Malaysia led by Wavemaker partner. And we also the first in Malaysia to be recognized as a remote pilot training organization by Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia, CAAM. During this period, we actively expand from Malaysia to Thailand until Southeast Asian. Never forget, within this period, we also have two new products being launched. One is called Olectus, a point-to-point spraying drone that purposely designed for the oil palm industry. The second product is the called Mist Drone, a banquet spraying drone designed for open field crops, for example, like paddy field. 2022, this is a very exciting year for us. We experienced a rebranding from Poladron to Aonic as a part of our commitment in providing our client and customer base with a holistic ecosystem beyond our core drone capability. During this year, we launched our Polar Flexi, now called Aonic Flexi, as a first agriculture drone easy payment to support our market, our customer. Recently, we proudly to announce that we become an authorized as the first DJI enterprise service center across Southeast Asia. This is our business vertical. Okay. Through this 5 business vertical, we are able to provide a turnkey end-to-end solution that is for our to support for our customer. We starting from we design and develop an agriculture drone and software to tackle the localized market needs of our customer. At the same time, we offer a range of industrial products and solutions from our global well-known partners such as DJI Enterprise, MLead, MikaSense, and many. We provide all-in-one solution or all-in-one drone solution starting from service to retail until academic and training. Okay, what is the current problem in the market? A conventional pesticide spraying method is still widely used around the world. This method requires a lot of manpower. If it doesn't handle well, it will introduce a health hazard to the worker or to the farmer itself. Aonic managed to solve this problem by introducing a latest drone technology which is able to operate remotely, safely, effectively to achieve overall productivity. Okay, this is the growth. This is the statistically result. So the growth of drone in the agriculture industry. So you can see that the growth is almost exponentially grow from 2016 until 2021. And DJI has the 70% of global market share. This is another statistically result shown that the growth of the drone in agriculture at Southeast Asia. In 2021, Thailand has the highest sales volume, followed by Vietnam, until then to Malaysia. The sales from 2020 to 2021 and is targeted to double in 2022. For this Southeast Asian market, DJI Global only have 3% of sales. That is still a very big market, large market to untap. So this is the figure based on the estimation, about 200K plus of drones still need in the Southeast Asian and 95% of untapped opportunity for us to invest. Our solution, using AI and big data. Before we able to program our drone to operate autonomously, this is the 4 basic steps we need to go through. First, we use our modern AI algorithm to unlock more analytic at a cost-effective manner through the survey and mapping data that we receive. Followed by, we use our intelligent image processing to identify the health of the tree through segmentation and classification method to discover the area where the crops require more water, fertilizer, and pesticide. Our software are intelligent enough to perform tree counting and also smart path planning to reduce the flight time, to save energy, and to cover more area of land. After we manage to load and program the mission planner into our drone, so all the mission carried by our drone will be autonomous with pilot supervision. This is the video show the pilot is supervising the operation of the drone using the flight app that we developed, and the drone itself carry the mission autonomously from point to point for spraying purpose. And the second video showing that we are using the latest AI on edge technology to identify the center of the palm oil tree for spraying control. Okay, the case study and commercial deployment. As what we know, a rhinoceros beetle is one of the common pests that exist in the palm oil estate. This pesticide tries to attack and kill the young oil palm tree. Okay, after sometimes this will cause the every year it will cause a loss, a big loss to the estate owner. We have done a case study and proof of concept in one of the palm oil estate belong to Sim Dabi plantation, and we see after a 3 months of close review with our latest drone technology, we managed to receive a very positive feedback from the estate owner saying that the result is fall under acceptable range of control rate. So this is the picture showing we took on 15th of February 2001 together with the Sim Dabi partner. Okay, this is the end of my presentation. Please keep in touch with us. If anybody have interested on the drone technology or related to drone information, please go to visit to our booth. Thank you.
Thank you once again. Wow, on time. Very good, thank you. Okay, so that was it. Our 3 panelists with what they have actually presented, what they did different in the whole session of looking at innovation tips from Malaysian top IR 4.0 innovators. So once again, we're going to open for questions and answers right now from the floor in front of us, those viewing us live, and of course not forgetting the questions which is coming online as well. With that, I will take the first one to Dr. Kiwi, to yourself. Wow, you're so kanchong dia. Oh, you're very happy to take the question, right? I'm sure. Because this question came in very at the beginning itself. That is for you, to Top Glove. What is it that made you guys different among other glove companies that started back then? Wow. I think so. There's nothing stated, just a name from Joey. But I think so. Maybe they were another glove company that didn't become big. I don't know. So what is it that made different? Perhaps you can share. Yeah, from Top Glove itself.
Okay. So I think for Top Glove itself, one of it maybe our capacity is the world largest. So as everyone knows, the capacity is world largest, and then our R&D actually also, among all the glove industry, also is the largest team.
I see. So
And-
it's the R&D that you actually specialized on to
Yes.
take you where you are today.
Yes. And not only that, we also have a big engineering team, actually drive the digitalization and automation to our process. So we actually able to improve on our process, down the cost to a very competitive way. So apart of them, I think our product developments also keep going every year. So and in terms of quality improvement, I think among all the glove industry, I think we have a very skillful researcher that are able to come out the quality improvement solution for all the quality issues.
Skillful researchers, huh? So yeah, that was literally for our online viewers. Perhaps, I hope Joey is not going to come back with another question to you personally. Yeah? Okay, good. So that's what you invested, yeah, deeply into R&D, where you started itself. And you also mentioned something very interesting. You have one of the biggest R&D among all other glove companies. Nationally or internationally, you are stating this? That means across the board. So that means other countries as well. You have one of the largest R&D.
I think nationally.
Nationally, okay, not internationally. Because if internationally, then I'm extra proud. Yeah, I'm extra proud. Even though I don't stay here anymore, but I'm still Malaysian, you know.
Internationally, compared with other glove
Companies.
manufacturer, I think
Yeah.
we also the largest.
I see. Wonderful, wonderful. That's good to know. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Kiwi. And then we have our next question. This question is literally an open question, but it's definitely going to go to Mr. David and also Mr. Lim as well, because it's actually coming from a startup. Okay? So the question goes like this. How can a small startup like us, that's why I say like a startup, champion IR 4.0? Dang, dang, dang. I think so. These are the what he's trying to say that there's a lot of startups these days would like to go into RI 4.0, but how do they start up? Perhaps, Mr. David, you can take the lead because you started, of course, way back then. Okay, that's how I know. But what the thing that you made it different that you were able to catapult yourself to where you are today?
Yeah, before you go into Industry 4.0 concept, you first have to look at what you want to design, what you want to do. So, what is the product that related to IoT? Or is your product related to IoT? So, if you are designing a household product, for example, like washing machine, all these things, back in the old days, nobody can imagine that up to today, your washing machine is no longer just a washing machine, it's a smart washing machine. Okay? We are no longer using a digital handphone, we are using smart handphone. You are no longer using our friend here, the aircon specialist. Today is also talking about smart aircon. You can go to the internet, IoT thing. So when you are a new boy in town, first focus on your design first. Be very clear your architecture, be very clear what you want to do, and always take into consideration that your data is always may be useful for others' system. So this is what I think. Yeah, this is all about, you know, you are going into, yeah, it makes a difference. All right?
Okay, interesting. And how about
Yeah.
the latest startup in town?
For the small startup, right, in my opinion, I think we need, when we talk about small startup, normally we have a budget constraint and very limited resources. So when we want to start something, we need to take care on the planning. We need to plan it properly because we have a resource limited. So the planning is very important. If you start up with planning accordingly, so you will not simply go wrong to your path. You still will stick to the initial objective. So from here, the advice for me is doing a proper planning and do a market research before you really develop and involve in the new market. Thank you.
Oh, planning and research, huh? Before execution. Okay, interesting. Dr. Kivi is just nodding on everything. I don't know whether she fed you the answers or you fed her the answers. Either one. Okay, and then coming up next, this was literally, this is another question to Sena Traffic.
Okay.
Sena Traffic grew from 1984. 1984?
Right.
What was the biggest breakthrough before R&D came in place?
What is the biggest breakthrough?
Before R&D came in place.
Well, at that time, we started as a MME contractors. The founders see a lot of problem of the system we are maintaining. We realize we are depending on overseas products. Okay, technology not belong to us. Engineering technology not belong to us. We are just a tools to them to do all these things. So the breakthrough is we see if we going into this direction without going into R&D, and if until today we were still using other people products instead of the Malaysia own. So I think the breakthrough is we see the future. Okay, we believe in ourselves. So I think this is very important. Even in the new startup, you have to believe in yourself. You have to see what the future is coming. Of course, this founder, he's very brave. He dumped in a few million into this research. So like what the kid said, that the funding also one of the sectors that you have to consider. All right. Thank you.
Nice, very interesting. I think so that is a very powerful message for everyone. Believe in yourself before you even go into R&D. Because, sometimes, if you looked at what Mr. David just shared, right, where they started back then, 1984, there were no smartphones. There wasn't much of smart technology back then. But for you to believe in yourself, to look at, be able to see yourself in another 10, 20 years to come, that definitely took a lot of guts, I would say that. A lot of grit that you had to grind down there to be able to come up, right? Great. And then, do we have any questions from the floor? Any questions? Yes. Wow, we have a question over here. Okay. Okay, wait. First of all, ma'am, your question is to who? Definitely not me.
To Mr. David Lim.
Mr. David Lim, okay.
Okay, come. Thank you.
Okay. Why KL traffic is still so heavy, so
Aha.
congested? Despite install your smart controller.
Yes, I'm waiting for this question. Wherever I go, even the Walong, they will ask me this question. Hey, brother, how come your KL still so jam? You are talking about you're so smart.
Wait, now I have another question.
Yeah, sorry.
If you want to give your WhatsApp number, next time everybody got traffic jam, you know who to call. Mr. David, here got traffic jam. I want to go, please help me.
Okay.
Please explain.
All right, actually the traffic controller may or may not fix traffic jam problem, depending on the scenario. Let's say that if the junction is not optimized, the junction controller have a timing issue, not properly tuned out, then you will have traffic jam problem. But that is easy solved. When my engineer go there, they study the traffic flow, they change the configuration, immediately you see the effect. No more. All right? But in KL, it's a different scenario because our situation is because the vehicle is saturated. It's too many already. It's too many already. Take for example, you are driving, tomorrow when you are driving, right, alone, in your car, you look at all the car beside you. How many passengers inside there? Most of them is just one, the driver. So there's a statistic coming out after MCO, because after MCO, there's a sudden spike of jam. We were being called by the authority to explain why suddenly this happened. So when the MCO, after we complete the MCO, a lot of public transport users are switching into his own transport to come to work. So the spike of saturation of vehicles suddenly go up. We do you know that in KL alone, in Kuala Lumpur alone, the new car registered every month is 6,000 to 7,000 new car. So how can the traffic junction code? We cannot just building road. Actually, we have to promote on public transport. We have to make our public transport more friendly and more efficient, and have to promote our people to use public transport. That's why a traffic controller, no matter how smart it is, when you come to maximum, you come to saturation, and nothing much the controller can do. The number of cars is there. So I think that is my question, and this is my answer. Sorry.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions? Before perhaps I'm going to take the last question. Any more questions? No? Okay, thank you. Then I will go with the very last question, and I think so this is a very important question that perhaps everyone has at the back of your mind, okay? So to the three panelists this evening, what, not only the difference that you made, but what would you have invested among these? Just choose one. Technology, people, skill, that means people, that means you will choose to invest in technology first, or people first, or education first. Only one. One, and then of course your definition why.
For Sena, definitely education.
Education. So Sena says education, okay?
For Aonic, people.
People, okay. And for Top Glove?
I think we have invested a lot of talents. So it's people.
People as well. Okay, education and people. Okay, there you go. I think so. That's it. I would definitely end the panel session here. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a round of applause to our three speakers.
Thank you, thank you.